Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Our Eastern brethren, in naming the Eucharist the divine mysteries, remind us who lean on the rational mind of the West, so clear, concise, and categorized, of the word mystery. This is not hidden esoteric knowledge imparted to the chosen few, but the reality of who is speaking when the gospel is announced, and that there is, after all our intellectual efforts, much more that we do not know and never will know. The gospel we heard last Sunday, chosen for the fifth Sunday of Lent, the raising of Lazarus, is a perfect example of this awesome mystery that we're privileged to hear and to read. We should always approach it with the bare feet of the Copts who enter the sanctuary with no shoes, as Moses approached the burning bush, trembling before the divine. Jesus, we're told, loved Martha and Mary and Lazarus, along with St. John, the beloved disciple. We hear of the other one he loved in the gospel, the rich young man. This human love, so deep he weeps at the human death of his friend, encapsulates the very mystery we described earlier. He will perform a miracle not for the purpose of display or even to convert those who witness it. This miracle in the Gospel account is chosen for that last Sunday of the fifth Sunday of Lent for a reason, which is expounded to us by the preface of Holy Week. We're approaching, the preface says, the days of his saving passion and glorious resurrection. This is what's coming next week. This is the time, the preface continues, when the pride of the ancient foe is vanquished and the mystery of our redemption in Christ is celebrated. This mystery, the Triduum, which occurs at every Mass, from the smallest hut in the mission fields to the greatest basilica, is why we hear this story of the raising of the one Jesus loved. There was a time, the book of Genesis tells us, when the unity and intimacy between God and man, the original blessing, was expressed by the image of God walking in the garden in the cool of the evening. Humanity, Adam and Eve, clothed with light, is tempted by the ancient foe with the original lie, "You will not die." From that moment until this very day, those who believe the lie and ignore the truth eat of that fruit, concoct bizarre fantasies to escape reality, from space travel to freezing their brains, and still die. The ancient foe tarnishes the clothing of light and creates the nakedness of the dark. This nakedness is the fate of Lazarus, the fate of all humanity no longer in the garden of peace. "If you had been here," Martha says to Jesus, "my brother would not have died." There is only one who can counter the lie, repair the disunity, and restore the light. "I am the resurrection and the life." No definition, however necessary, no creed, however true, can surpass the word of truth from the one who is truth. Jesus, conqueror and king, vanquishes, defeats, and subjugates, and destroys the lie of the ancient foe. Lazarus, who by now will smell the effect of the lie, is summoned from the tomb with a stone removed, as another stone will be removed in the approaching days, but on that day not by human hands. They are commanded to unbind him. Without Christ, without the approaching days commemorated each year, but truly experienced in mysterious form at every liturgy, all humanity would still be bound and suffering the smell of death. All of Lent, as we have said, leads us towards the renewal of baptismal vows on Easter Day. The threefold means of achieving clarity, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, must ready us to say with utter conviction and fervour, along with Martha and Mary, "I believe that you are the Christ." The devil, the ancient foe, vanquished on the tree of life, which is the cross, is renounced. All that has bound us is removed. It is in order to be restored, unbound, and brought back to life that everything, from the Annunciation to the Ascension and Pentecost, was decreed necessary by the Creator who so loved the world. We hear, as we can believe Lazarus heard, in that moment of unbinding, the ancient Christian hymn sung even in the time of St. Paul in Ephesians 5:14. Awake, O sleeper, and rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Brethren, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, like a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.